Well, it's hard to believe it's been a year since we did this last. It's crazy.
Have we done this last year? I don't remember.
It's all a blur. Yeah, maybe this will jog your memory. We were talking the day after Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
You remember that? So we were,
yes.
I had just moved up here actually, just right, not long before, I guess in the beginning of the summer last year, I became a neighbor, of the Woodstock Film Festival. So it's been a long year. All right, well, let's start because the festival, Woodstock Film Festival, is from September 29th to October 3rd. It's days away.
Yes.
Hope there's not too much caffeine in that drink. Let's just start off because, last year we were all, really in a alternative sort of state of mind, trying to figure out how to do what we do, including you guys. And so this year, obviously, you've had a lot more time to figure out how to do the festival safely so that people can come in person and not have to worry about it. So you know that if you go to woodstockfilmfestival.org, the website, right there at the top underneath the dates is a link to what the details of the protocols. But do you want to say one or two things? And then I want to talk about the theaters themselves, because I was curious about that too, where the locations are.
Well, I mean, we require proof of vaccination and mask wearing indoors and outdoors when you cannot socially distance. We trained a couple of COVID compliance officers, and they're overseeing the whole thing. They will be at registration, they will be at parties, and they have trained all of our venue managers. Sorry. So it is, we're taking it very, very seriously. And we're also doing, I forgot to mention, limited seating capacity. So we will allow for some social distancing, and some of the theaters that we're using, there will not be any option for food inside. So, and some of them will sell popcorn. I mean, some of the theaters, that's just part of how they make money. They'll sell popcorn. So the rule is that you just, you eat, you take your mask off, remove your mask off when you eat, and then put it right back on, so that you don't expose anybody around you. But there will be also social distancing. So we're doing it at the absolutely most safe way humanly possible. And I feel very confident, knock on wood, that it's things should be okay.
Well, let me just emphasize that, Meira. I've known you now for a number of years, and I know your relationship to the community. You don't just run a film festival and go home. You are living there year-round in that community among the people, and you have a deep, passionate love of filmmakers, of actors, of art, of the arts, the local arts, especially in the Hudson Valley. So the idea that you wouldn't take every step and every precaution is silly. Of course you are. And
I mean, it's funny. It's not funny, but I did a site tour yesterday at one of the theaters, and I came in and I just said this and that, and I said I told the owner, I feel responsible for every single person who is going to be sitting here and every single person who's going to be standing at that stage. So I want this to be the absolute most safe way possible, and this is what I'm asking. So it really is. So, I mean, I really do feel very responsible for that, for everybody who's going to be a part of the festival. And that includes staff also, and volunteers, and the filmmakers, of course, and the audience members. So,
well, of course, the staff and the volunteers, the Woodstock Festival, we love you. So you're going to be walking around with your bag. Don't be surprised if a lovely woman wearing glasses and bangs comes up to you with she'll be walking around with a stack of masks, a tape measure to make sure you're not standing too close to you. There she is with her.
I'm going to be wearing my mask most of the time.
Oh yeah.
But
Anyway, well, so
yeah.
people should come and know that if as long as you have been vaccinated and you are prepared to follow these protocols, that you can then relax and enjoy all the
Yes.
great films.
Yes.
And speaking of which, I know 48 features. I mean, what's the size versus the prior years? Are you a little bit smaller? There's a little bit
A little bit smaller. It is very intentional, and we are in less towns than usual. We are not
Okay, yeah, I want to talk about that
in a
next.
couple of towns that we normally are, and that's specifically done so that it will be easier for our staff. Everybody's kind of like recovering from very difficult few months, so I specifically designed it to be easier, and but it's not as few as actually I was hoping. It kept on adding and adding, so it's close to usual, but just a little bit shy of that.
Okay, yeah, you have a medical condition which prevents you from saying no. I understand.
Something like that.
I have a similar.
There is no cure for that, so that's a chronic thing, and I'm taking something for it, but it's not.
Yeah, and all the social distancing in the world doesn't unfortunately help with that disorder. But anyway, among those 48 features are 11 world premieres, 6 US premieres, 10 East Coast premieres, and 6 New York premieres, 85 shorts. Oh no, those are in addition. 85
shorts, yeah.
Which is remarkable. But again, it shows to the degree that you guys are fostering and helping to develop a new generation of filmmakers, because typically the majority of shorts come from young filmmakers. So you're only creating the next wave of filmmakers in the Woodstock Film Festival with their future features, right? And okay, so you mentioned the reducing the number of theaters or towns that you like. It's a typical Woodstock Film Festival pre-pandemic. You would have been in Rosendale and as well as start with Woodstock, obviously, and then Rhinebeck is a big spot, and some things go on in Kingston, obviously Saugerties, and then I think I covered most of the towns. Did I?
Yeah, I mean, yes. We used to be in Woodstock, Rhinebeck, Rosendale, Saugerties, and Kingston. And for this year, we removed, just for this year, Rhinebeck and Rosendale, just to make things a little bit easier.
So to hop around from between, right? Because Saugerties is, of course, just next door to Woodstock.
Yeah.
And Kingston is right there. So you really
right there.
So it's
now 15 minutes apart.
Yeah, you can get from the furthest back in the day. I mean, I don't want to waste any more time on this, but of course it could take like 45 minutes to get. You have to plan ahead. In other words, not just. Yes. So if you're going to go from one town to another, you got to know how long it will take you to get there. Right, now it's less of a concern, and which is a good thing for this year especially. Okay, so you're going to be as you mentioned, Saugerties. The theater in Saugerties is ready for the Woodstock Film Festival, obviously. We are
inaugurating it. We're christening it. And I'm very excited about it. And it's going to be new and improved, and a new management. So it's going to be great. And I think they're looking forward to having us, and vice versa.
Okay, right. And I saw that you're going to have like some big time. I mean, you always get great luminaries coming to the festival to support the films that they're in, which is not typical. Also, a lot of big names. When I say big names, I mean celebrity names or recognizable names. Are they have the time they'll go to a big international film festival, perhaps Sundance or something like that. But to go to a regional, pardon me, that's not a slight, that a regional film festival is. But you constantly and consistently draw those types of folks to the Woodstock Film Festival.
Well, I mean, especially this year, it's more difficult. But just because also not everybody wants to travel, and not everybody wants to be in a crowd. But I mean, every year we have some celebrity type. They're always connected, or just about always connected to films that we're showing. So there's always, a reason for being. But yeah, Matt Dillon, the very first time that Matt Dillon came to the Woodstock Film Festival, that was many years ago, and I was sitting in my then office in a different location, and somebody came to my office and said, "Oh, you got to go to the hospitality tent. Matt Dillon and Fisher Stevens just blew into the tent because there was a big windstorm, and they just like flew into the tent." So I ran over and to greet them, but that was the first time that Matt came, and he's been here a couple of times before since, and he's coming this year with the film that he directed, Algren fell off. And actually mentioning Fisher is one of the producers of the film, so he's going to be here.
Fisher Stevens, yeah.
Fisher Stevens, he's coming back from Spain. He's been acting in new Wes Anderson movie. So he's coming and he's going to be here. And of course, Jonathan Gray, who's the main producer of Algren fell off, is coming with the film as well. So we'll show the film, and Matt will also do a talk. Beautiful. So he's one of those
I'm going to try to
well-known figures, I suppose. But we have Kelsey Grammer, who's new to the festival. Kelsey's done he done mentorship for us for the youth film lab that we've done over the summer. He's really, he has amazing stories, and he knows how to be inspiring to new talents. So, I've seen that firsthand. So he's coming also, he's starring in the film that we're showing, and he's also going to do a special talk. So, people like that.
Fantastic. Last thing, because I know you got to get back to it, and I don't need to hold you too long. People, again, remind you that the film festival, the Woodstock Film Festival, will take place between September 29th and October 3rd. Tickets are for all screenings and events, talks, and performances are currently available at that website. So, and you can sign up for the newsletter. You can also follow the social media. We'll have all those links up. But that last year we went for a walk-in together, and that particular day, you got some good news, which you were ultimately able to share about your the new home, right? The new home
building,
the building that you were able to purchase for the festival.
Yes, you were privy to a very special moment where I could not stop saying, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." I remember. And you thought I was pregnant.
You're too, exactly.
That's definitely not an option. But a new board member came in and picked up our what's the word? I'm blanking
Acquired?
No. I'm paid off our mortgage.
Oh,
so,
okay. Right.
And which was a lot of money. So at that point, from here on, we own the building right out, and we already began the process of renovation.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, because you already gained a ton of equity in the building already in the last year, so because property values have gone up so much in the area. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, one of the first thing that we have started to do, we have, I don't know if you remember the building, but we have a 4-car garage that has been full to the rims with just so much junk that has just been building up throughout the years. We emptied the whole thing, and we're renovating the whole thing, and we're going to turn it into an event space.
Okay.
So we can do master classes and workshops and panels and screenings and gatherings. So I'm very excited about that. Well,
are you doing anything in there this year?
We started. We started the process already. Yes.
Oh, and you can use it throughout the year too. Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Very good.
Oh no, for the festival, we're not going to use it. It's not going to be ready for the film festival. It's going to be ready by the end of the year, I believe. I hope. Supposed to.
I can't wait to see you and see the films. I'm going to come a couple of times at least. I'm very
what you're saying? What are you planning on seeing?
Well, I definitely want to see the Matt Dillon film for sure. I want to see, of course, 18½ because I'm friends with Dan Mervish, and that looks right up my alley. I have
you'll love it. It's great.
I can't wait. I'm going to see it there. I can't wait. I'll see. I'll go to the proper screening.
Yeah, Dan will be happy to have you, and 'cause he'll be here, and it's great. It's funny. It's very irreverent. It's very Dan. It's like so.
Very Dan.
It's very Dan.
Yeah.
For those who know Dan Nervish, they'll understand. It's
Okay.
quirky, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it just got this craziness of his.
My Dear Dead Dad looks very good. So there's so many things. I mean, and I know Jagged has now become a controversial documentary about the making of Alanis Morissette's album.
I actually loved it,
but she may take umbrage. Right? She had
I
a problem.
I know.
That's okay.
But you know, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, when somebody makes a movie about you, it's hard. So
yeah, my recommendation is don't see it. Don't see it. If there's a Meira Blaustein documentary, don't go to it, Mary.
Oh God, no.
Unless I make it, in which case it'll be a love letter. But
there's not going to be a Meira Blaustein documentary that I can
all right.
100%.
And then the opening night is Fanny. Is that right? The Right to Rock? Is that?
Oh, Fanny. That's the kickoff event. We always do a kickoff event, kind of like before the whole thing starts, and that's always a music film followed by a musical performance. So we're doing that, and also adjacent to that, we're also showing the film Americanish, which is a wonderful film that and that's showing in another venue. So actually, Wednesday night you have two choices, which both are great.
Wednesday night. Okay,
yes.
I'm not going to. We like everybody else. We learn not to dwell too much on the specific. You should go to look at the program guide, because you got to choose your own films at the end of the day, whatever suits you. And there's a variety there enough for for people to find the films that suit them, rather than us make recommendations on films that I haven't seen. These are brand new films. In many cases, you'll be the first people to see them. So and then you can meet the people that made the film. It's a great experience for everybody. If you haven't done a film festival and you're anywhere near the Hudson Valley, check out the Woodstock Film Festival.
Thank you. Most filmmakers are attending. It's really exciting.
That's great. They're like I know musicians who, for instance, who can't book a gig because all the musicians that had to put their instruments away for the year, and I'm exaggerating, but they're dying to get back out there. So there's there's a bottleneck thing going on. So the film festivals, of course, everybody wants to come and see their films with the audiences. It's they missed many cases a year and a half practically of this.
Yeah. Sure.
See you in a couple of days.
Oh, okay. Well,
unless there's anything else I left out.
No. Thank you. This was great, and I have to get back to work, of course. But I'll see you next week.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Take care, Adam. Bye.
Bye-bye.